The distress beacon pierced through the static of deep space like a child's cry in the night. Commander Liana Chen gripped the navigation console of the exploration vessel Prometheus, her knuckles white as she studied the incoming transmission. "It's coming from the Kepler 442 system," reported Lieutenant Marcus Torres, his fingers dancing across the sensor array. "But Commander, that system was marked as uninhabitable. Nothing but dead rocks and gas giants." Liana frowned at the holographic display showing the distant star system. The beacon's frequency was unlike anything in their databases, organic, almost musical in its desperate repetition. "How long to reach the source?" 18 hours at maximum burn," Marcus replied. Then hesitated. "Ma'am, regulations state we should report this to command first. We're supposed to be mapping trade routes, not what? Not helping someone in distress?" Liana's voice carried the weight of years spent in the outer rim, where the difference between life and death often came down to whether someone answered a call for help. "Change course now." The Prometheus shuddered as its engines engaged, hurling the small crew toward an unknown fate. 18 hours later, they emerged from hyperspace into a system that defied all expectations. Where their charts showed barren worlds, 3 planets glowed with bioluminescent continents. Massive crystalline formations orbited the larger worlds like jewelry around a goddess's neck. "My God," whispered Dr. Elena Vasquez from her xenobiology station. "The entire system is alive. These formations, they're not minerals. They're some kind of organic lattice." The distress beacon led them to the 3rd planet's largest moon, where their sensors detected something impossible. A creature nearly 2 kilometers long, its serpentine body wrapped around the moon's equator, like a cosmic belt. It pulsed with the same rhythm as the beacon. It's beautiful," Marcus breathed, staring at the massive entity that resembled nothing so much as a dragon from Earth's ancient myths, if dragons could grow large enough to embrace worlds. But something was wrong. Parasitic vessels, clearly artificial, and malevolent, had burrowed into the creature's hide like metallic ticks. They pulsed with sickly red energy, draining the magnificent being's life force. "The beacon isn't a distress call," Liana realized with growing horror. "It's a death song. That creature is dying." Dr. Vasquez's instruments went wild. "Commander, I'm reading massive neural activity. This isn't just some spacefaring animal. It's intelligent. Possibly more intelligent than us." As if responding to her words, the dragon creature's massive eye, easily the size of their entire ship, slowly opened and fixed upon them. In that ancient gaze they saw pain, desperation, and something else. Hope. "It knows we're here," Marcus said, his voice barely a whisper. Images suddenly flooded their minds, not words but pure emotion and memory. They saw the creature as it once was, young and free, dancing between stars with others of its kind. They felt its love for the living worlds it had nurtured across eons, and its anguish as the parasitic machines found it, latched onto it, began their slow consumption. "The parasites," Dr. Vasquez gasped, tears streaming down her face. "They're not from this system. They're weapons. Someone sent them to kill these beings." Liana felt rage building in her chest, a very human response to witnessing cruelty on a cosmic scale. "Marcus, scan those parasites. Find me a weakness." "Commander, we're just one ship. Those things are the size of space stations. What can we, possibly? We're human." Liana cut him off, her voice steel. "We don't give up. We don't leave someone to die alone. Not ever." Hours of analysis revealed the parasite's weakness. They were networked, controlled by a central hub buried deep in the creature's flesh near its heart. But reaching it would require someone to physically descend into the creature's body, a journey that could easily be fatal. "I'll go," Liana said without hesitation. "Commander, no," Marcus protested. "The bio readings are off the charts down there. The pressure, the unknown pathogens. Then I guess it's a good thing humans are too stubborn to die easily." Liana was already suiting up. "Besides, someone has to try." That creature has been protecting life in this system for millions of years. The least we can do is return the favor. The descent was a nightmare of organic caverns and pulsing arteries, large enough to fly a shuttle through. Liana's suit registered toxins that should have killed her within minutes, pressures that should have crushed her bones to powder. But human engineering had always excelled at keeping people alive in impossible places. She found the central node deep in a chamber that resembled a cathedral of living tissue. The parasite hub writhed at the room's center, a mass of cables and processing units fed by the creature's own blood vessels. "You picked the wrong species to mess with," Liana growled, arming her plasma charges. The explosion lit up the creature's interior like a dying star. The parasitic network shrieked as power. Feedback coursed through its connections, frying systems across the creature's body. One by one, the external parasites detached and tumbled into space, lifeless. As Liana made her way back to the surface, she felt the creature's gratitude wash over her like warm sunlight. But there was something else. Amusement. The ancient being was laughing, and somehow Liana understood why. Of all the species in the galaxy, it was the youngest, smallest, and most fragile that had come to help. Humans, barely out of their own cradle world, armed with primitive technology and impossible determination. The audacity of it was beautiful. When the Prometheus finally departed the system, the great dragon creature was whole again. Its song changed from mourning to joy. It had learned something new about the universe. Sometimes the smallest acts of courage could reshape the stars themselves, and across the galaxy, others of its kind heard that song and knew, somewhere among the younger races, there was one worth protecting in return. A species that defined itself not by what it could take, but by what it was willing to give. Humanity had made its first true friend among the stars, and the universe would never be the same.